Let's look at some ways that we can align up objects on our Active Studio page. I would use that in a lesson like this, where I have a question of how much change a student is going to get back. I want them to drag the appropriate answer into the box. It looks like I only have one dime and $1 bill, but when I start dragging, I'll notice there's actually a stack of them on top of each other. So it looks like I have one dime, but really there's a bunch of dimes, a bunch of dollar bills for my students to drag over. Now, how do I get them lined up so neatly? Well, the first question is, how do I get that many dimes on my page? I'm going to go to my resource library, which I have open, and I'm going to go to the money section in the images, which I have already pulled up. I'm going to grab a nickel, and I'm going to drag it onto my page. Now, once I have this object on my page, I'm going to double-click it to bring up the Object Edit button, toolbar. And then off this I have a button that will allow me to duplicate images. It'll duplicate that same image as many times as I click it. You'll notice it duplicates in kind of a stair-step manner. They're not lined up, but we'll get to that in a second. The other way that I could duplicate items on my page is I'm going to go ahead and pull a quarter out of my resource library, but I'm going to go down to the bottom and click on Rubber Stamp. And now when I drag it out, I click my mouse, another quarter appears. I click my mouse, another quarter appears. So if I were to keep my mouse in the same spot, I could click, 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 and have 5 or 6 quarters in the exact same spot. But not everybody has a real steady hand, so I'm going to show you another way that we can align them all up. I'm going to go ahead and close out my resource library. Now, a way I could line up these quarters and these nickels is I'm going to go ahead and highlight all of them. I'm going to right-click the nickel, I'm going to go to Edit, Align, and then I have a whole bunch of align options, but I'm going to go to the bottom where it says Complete. And this will completely align the nickels, and there you go. They're all still there, but they're all lined up nicely, and it looks like one nickel, but in reality there's a whole bunch of nickels there. I can do the same thing with my quarters, just highlight all of them with my marquee, right-click, go to Edit, Align, Complete, and now I have a perfect lineup of quarters. I'll go ahead and put 2 quarters for 50 cents, pull a dollar bill over, and move my pizza to see my right answer. It's a great way to align objects in Active Studio.